What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mad Pig and Mad with
Lane Frazier,
who topped yet again with a really wild deck. You want to tell people what you did?
Yeah, got second today with Traptrix DPE because we lost the die roll to a Flunder, which is an awful matchup.
Let's do this.
Alright, so we're starting with our Traptrix monsters. We got 3 Myrmilios, normal summon, search a trap hole, special summon, pop an opponent's spell trap. That is mandatory, so it activates even if they have nothing. Then we've got 3 Mantis, normal summon, searches a Traptrix monster. On the field, quick effect, bounces one of your back row, and then you can reset. Just important for when you need to activate a Traptrix effect. 2 Vesiculos, this card's actually pretty decent. Sacks a trap card to summon itself, and then if you have nothing in the spell and trap zone, you can banish it to set a trap hole. You only get to pick one, but this is half of an Anaconda, and it triggers Sarah. 2 Dianeas, normal summon is Monster Reborn, and defense, so sadly no Sarah. Special summon is you set a trap hole until the end of your next turn, and if it's still there, it's banished. Then 1 Genlesia, just because it's another name. You can tribute it to set a hole from your grave and deck as long as they have different names, and they're banished when they leave. So we play, what is that? I think 11 Traptrix. You just need to start 1. Then we got a couple hand traps. We got our Ash Blossoms, got our Effect Veilers, and we got 1 Nib in the main. This
You need
probably
to
be going
more.
to 3. It's really funny because it's searchable. So I have the others in the side. Spoiler, but and then the other searchable, Lord of the Heavenly Prison. This guy protects the back row, helps your DPE just be more menacing. And if I wasn't dumb and forgot to put Monster Reborn back into the deck today, it's really funny when they kaiju your DPE, and you flip a trap, summon him, and then set Monster Reborn. So they've outed your DPE, you've already used one of your traps, and now you have a big boy with a Monster Reborn threatening them on the next turn. Then 3 Parallel Exceeds. You need to open this or Shade Brigadine to actually pop off. This guy is really good. Summons 2 of them, and they're both level 4s. The bricks. If you open Fusion Destiny, instead of making Anaconda, you get to make Dagda, and you get to set Scythe. Or you can open Scythe and set it. He conflicts a bit with Lord, but now that I put Nibiru in, instead of searching Lord, you just search Scythe, or you search Nib. So that way if they out your DP, you have the ability to nib them. Spells, 3 Pot of Prosperity. We need to see our combo pieces. We don't want to banish 6, but if you need to, then that is what you do. 3 Fusion Destiny. Opening this card is insane. It's about the only thing that makes going second in this deck tolerable.
One dumb question.
Yes.
Is there a replacement for this?
No. The extra deck is weird, and you want options, so you don't want to be playing a whole lot of 3-ofs. You can try playing without this, or you're just trying to open up one of your Traptrix monsters plus Parallel or Shade, so it's 1 out of 10 or 11, 1 out of 6. So it's still decently likely, but this card lets you dig for like Fusion Destiny, or it just does so much. It gives you so many. It just gives you options based on what your hand looks like. I would not play Extrav in this. Your extra deck is too crucial.
So the consistency boost is too needed.
I feel like even if you don't need it for like consistency, it lets you dig for power traps or follow up or hand traps. It's so good. And I don't want to try to start playing 3-Os in the extra deck, because then you need like 3 Anaconda, 3 DPE. It gets confusing. We'll get to it when we get to the extra deck.
Yeah.
Then we've got 3 Shade Brigadines, trigger Sarah. It's a level 4. It's so good in this deck. This is the deck it was truly designed for. 3 Solemn Strike. This card is really good, especially when you go first. It's actually still pretty good when you go second. DP Strike is very strong.
Very.
Then Trap Holes, 2 Floodgate, 2 Gravediggers. These feel like the best trap holes at the moment. You can meme on people with this. Just flip, play against Sword Soul and just flip all their non-tokens face down and laugh at them. This stops hand traps. This stops monster effects. hand, grave, or banished, which is pretty much every deck does one of those. And if you can protect it with like a Lord, you can negate a DPE effect in grave because they can't pop it.
Is there any other trap holes that you like or would ever consider?
It depends on format.
Okay.
I haven't really missed any other trap holes. Bottomless isn't very great at the moment. Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare is just not good right now. I've like never thought of a scenario where I wanted a trap hole that wasn't one of these two, where like it would have mattered. So that's the main deck. It's missing the Monster Reborn because I'm a big dummy.
Happens to the best of us.
And then for the extra deck, and so there's going to be a lot of like there's a lot of it's kind of cramped sometimes. It's a little bit cramped. You have the 3 Sarahs. This card's nuts. It's your extender. It's also half of an Anaconda. So when you open Parallel Exceed, you're using this and Gallic Granite to make your Anaconda. If this doesn't stick on the field on turn 1, it's not even a big deal. Theoretically, you get another Traptrix and come back. 1 Anaconda, 1 DPE. This is effectively the win con. Traptrix just supports the win con. You can win without it, but man, is it hard. Link Spider. You use this for when you open up, like, if you open Sarah Shade and they ash the Sarah, you can still make Anaconda. Dagda for when you open the Fusion Destiny or you have enough gas to make Dagda, trigger it, and then make Anaconda. Doesn't happen all that often, but, you know, Fusion Destiny is a 3 of. 1 random Nightmare Phoenix, you know, why not? I played 2 Rafflesias and 2 Alamaris. I could easily cut down the Alamaris, but I like to banish 1 off of Prosperity. You do want it. It does bring back 1 from the grave. So if you already open up like Lord and you don't want to search Nib, you can make this with Sarah on board, use its effect, detach 2, bring back the Traptrix used to make the Sarah. And then you trigger the Sarah, and then you use the Traptrix and the Alamaris to make the Anaconda, so you have Sarah DPE. Rafflesia can protect against hand traps. You typically only make this when you open up Traptrix, Shade, and Parallel. So your hand's already really good, but it lets you Gravediggers from deck to protect. It's effectively an extra trap hole. And the nice thing is they can't, you know, MSTU or Cosmic to out it. This thing is hard. This thing can be really hard to out. Gallic Granite searches for Lord or Nibiru, depending on your flavor of the match. Redoer is good. It's theoretically good. It's a lot better in like back row decks or grind, so like Flunder or Eldritch, where you know you're like, man, Lord's not very good and Nib's not that good either, and then you make him. And then the Zeus, you play a good chunk of Xyz monsters, and you want the ability to theoretically poke through with 1 of them, and then just make him. And the side deck, I gotta put a Lancia in here, but 3 Dark Ruler, you gotta be able to push your plays through. The other 2 Nibs, you're scared to go second, so the more things you have to help going second, the better. 2 Judgments, these might get cut, but these are very strong going first, and I typically like having a going first option. 3 Wind Kaijus, Wind Barrier statue exists, so it's gotta be this one. Flunder still plays it, so you know. 3 Evenlies, we need to break boards as much as possible. And then a Lightning Storm and a Duster. This should probably just be the second Lightning Storm, but whatever. You're more scared of the back row than you are typically of monsters. Except in the Flunder match, where you're scared of both.
Alright, it's 2 questions.
Yes.
How much of a house payment is this deck?
Outside of like the max rarity staples, not that much. But Prosperity's that's like a 40% of a payment or something. Strikes are a whole payment. I mean, you get up there. You probably make a couple. Like if you want to sell hand staples, you can definitely make a couple easy.
Any final thoughts on the deck?
This deck is really cool. It does a bit more than everyone thinks. It's really funny when you summon Mermilio, because people will stop this, or they'll stop this because they think that you're playing Traptrix, or like they'll Ash the Sarah and then you just hit them with the Fusion Destiny. So these give you a little protection And obviously once they see once they see it like one game, they know that, you know, imperming this is not the play. But it gives you a little protection, especially game one, to protect the Anaconda, because they see like Sarah or they see McMillian, they're like, oh, you're playing Traptrix? All right, I know, I want to stop your trap. I want to stop you from getting your traps. And then you're like, oh, by the way, actually, the best resource engine in the game. And then being able to search things like Nib and Lord is just really strong. This is the reason I wanted to play the deck. I wanted to search this card, play trap cards, and make Anaconda. And this deck fit all of the requirements. And then this can also just be searched ironically as well. It's just really funny.
Fair enough. Alright. Well, this is Lane Frazier, second place. Traptrix.DPE.deck. And this is Meh, Pig and Meh, signing out.